It's quiet in this moment. I notice the breath moving in and out without needing my help. The body adjusts itself slightly, as if it knows what to do without being told. Sounds appear distant, then closer, and disappear again. Time feels like it's passing, but when I try to find it, there's only this simple presence. Nothing here feels urgent. For a few seconds, there's no problem to solve. Just this quiet awareness of being here. We live inside this awareness every day, but we rarely stop to notice it. Most of the time, we move from one thing to the next, assuming we are the ones directing everything. I woke up. I thought this. I chose that. It feels obvious to say, I am doing my life. And yet, when I slow down, I notice how much happens on its own. Thoughts arrive before I ask for them. Emotions shift without permission. Even the sense of I seems to appear after everything is already in motion. Everyone knows moments when the sense of self loosens. You're absorbed in music, or staring out a window, or half awake in the morning before thoughts fully form. For a while, there's no commentary. No one or narrator saying, this is happening to me. And then suddenly, the mind returns and stitches a story together. I was lost in thought. But during that gap, where was the one telling the story? I might be wrong, but it feels like we mistake continuity for control. Because experience flows smoothly, we assume there must be a solid someone managing it. But a river flows without a manager. Clouds move without instructions. Maybe life doesn't need a central controller the way we think it does. This is where the Tripura Rahasya begins to feel relevant, not as a book of answers, but as a quiet challenge. It doesn't deny the world. It doesn't reject experience. Instead, it asks a subtler question. What is the nature of the one who experiences, and what happens when we stop separating the experiencer from what is experienced? In Sanatana Dharma, there's often a gentle reminder that these teachings are maps, not beliefs. Words like Brahman or self are not meant to be held on too tightly. They're pointing gestures. The Tripura Rahasya uses story and dialogue to show something simple but unsettling, that awareness and appearance are not two separate things. The world doesn't exist outside consciousness, and consciousness doesn't stand apart from the world watching it. Think of a dream for a moment. While dreaming, the dream world feels real. There are places, people, movement, emotion, and yet, everything in the dream, the space, the characters, even the dreamer's body, is made of the same mind. When you wake up, nothing needs to be fixed. The separation simply dissolves. The Tripura Rahasya suggests that waking life might not be as different from this as we assumed. This becomes more personal when I bring it back to the body. Sensations are happening right now. Pressure where you're sitting. The rhythm of the breath. A subtle tension somewhere. Thoughts comment on these sensations. They say, I like this, or I don't. But all of this is appearing within something that doesn't tense or relax. The awareness of sensation doesn't tighten when the body tightens. It remains unchanged. Psychologically, we build identity by repetition. The same thoughts, the same reactions, the same stories replayed over years. Eventually, they feel solid. Like a person, but when watched closely, they're just patterns arising and fading. The Tripura Rahasya doesn't call this a mistake. It calls it misunderstanding. Mistaking movement for substance. Mistaking experience for the Here's where the insight can feel quietly unsettling. If awareness is present before every thought, and remains after each thought ends, then what exactly is the me that I keep defending? Not the body, it changes. Not the mind, it never stays still. Not even the witness, because that too can become an idea. When I sit with this, there's no dramatic collapse. Just a soft, like realizing the ground I was standing on was never fixed, but I wasn't falling either. The Tripura Rahasya doesn't rush to comfort this feeling. It doesn't replace one identity with a better one. It simply keeps pointing back to the same recognition, that awareness is not something you possess. The idea of a person appears within it, not the other way around. When this is seen, even briefly, life doesn't stop. The body still moves. The mind still thinks. Relationships continue. But something subtle shifts. Experience feels less personal, less heavy. Not because it's dismissed, but because it's no longer carried by a separate self. As I sit here now, nothing special is happening. Breath moves, sounds appear and disappear. Thoughts come and go. Awareness remains exactly as it is, quiet, open, unchanged. I don't want to end this with a conclusion. Conclusions belong to thought. And thought is only one small movement in all of this. Instead, I return to the stillness I began with. Just this moment. Just this noticing. And I leave a question hanging, without needing an answer. If awareness and the world are not two, Where exactly does the one who feels separate come from?